Today we are going to see the implementation of the D flip-flop using CMOS transistors. Contents that we are going to discuss: D flip-flop, we are going to see the different cases of the D flip-flop: positive level sensitive, negative level sensitive, and positive edge trigger flip-flop. You know that the NMOS passes strong 0 and the PMOS passes strong 1. So NMOS are used in the pull-down network and the PMOS are used in the pull-up network. So now let us consider the D latch, that is the positive level sensitive. Generally this latch is called as the transparent when the clock signal equals to 1, and this acts as opaque when the clock equals to 0. Means when clock is equals to 1, Q is following whatever the D as it is and it is acting as a buffer. In opaque, when clock equals to 0, the Q is holding its old value independent of the whatever the value of D. So D is the input here, output is Q. So now consider the timing diagram here. The clock signal is equals to 1. When the clock equals to 1, D is here, that is having the value high and low, and your Q value has been changed when the clock is equals to 1. So for the high level of the clock, your Q value is equals to whatever the value of the D as it is. But when clock equals to 0 or clock becomes 0 here as shown, the Q value is holding the whatever the value of the previous as it is. Means previously the value of the Q, because of the changes of the D, is from 1 to 0, it was 0. So when the clock becomes 0, it is holding the value of the previous condition, that is Q is maintaining as equals to 0. Means when clock equals to 1, the Q is following D as it is, but when clock equals to 0, Q is holding its old value independent of the variations in the D value. Now we'll see the designing of the D latch by using the CMOS. So this is the D latch shown here. It requires 1 mux and the 2 inverters. The multiplexer is here and the 2 inverters are used here. So here the multiplexer is implemented by the transmission gate. There are the 2 transmission gates shown here. The transmission gate is the combination of parallel connection of the PMOS and NMOS. Here we are getting the output Q and the Q bar. Now we'll see the implementation. We have seen the implementation. Then we are going to see the operation of the D latch here. So this is a diagram of the D latch by using the CMOS. When the clock equals to 1, the clock value equals to 1 means the gate control for the NMOS is 1, and because of this the NMOS conducts. This is the clock bar, means when the clock is equals to 1, this is 0. So gate control for the PMOS is 0. Again the PMOS conducts. So both the transistors are on and this switch acts as a closed switch. So here this is the closed switch present here, and this is connected to the inverter. Here we are getting Q bar and output is equals to D, means output is connected to the D through this on switch, that is the transmission gate. So when your clock is equals to 1, your Q is following the D as it is. In the next case, when the clock equals to 0, what happens? Since the clock equals to 0, both the conditions are reversed here, and the switch, the transmission gates acts as open switch, and because of that no any D is connected to the output. So what happens here? So this whatever the previously D output we are getting at the inverter's output as a Q bar, and again this output is again inverted and the same thing we are getting here. So here the Q value is maintaining or holding the previous value as it is independent on the changes in the D, because D is not connected to the Q here. So Q value is maintaining its previous value only. So whenever the clock equals to 0, so it is maintaining the value of the Q previously. Previously Q was 0, so it is again maintaining the same value at the output when the clock equals to 0. Means for clock equals to 1, the D latch is operating as a transparent, and for the clock 0, it is holding its previous value of the output as it is. Now how to implement the negative level sensitive D latch? just invert the controlling signal. Means apply here the clock bar and the clock. Here clock bar and the clock. So we are getting the negative level sensitive delatch. Now we will see the D flip-flop, that is a positive edge trigger. So how to implement the positive edge trigger flip-flop? Just combine the positive and the negative level sensitive networks here. Now how is the operation or the timing diagram here? When a clock rises, D is copied to Q. This is the edge trigger, means edge clock edge 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. In that case only the changes are there. Means when clock rises, means when the positive edge of the clock is there, your output copies the D as it is. For the rest of the thing, whatever the Q value was there, that is holding its value. So here we can operate just like a master slave flip flop. So now here the clock changes from the 0 to 1, that is the positive edge is there. So during this positive edge, output has been changed from the 0 to 1, means it is copying the value of the D. But for the rest of the condition of the clock, your Q value has been maintained constant as the previous one. No any change with respect as the D value changes, no any change in the Q value is there. So only there is a change to the positive edge of the clock on the output of the signal is there. Now, how to implement this? It is built from the master slave D. When we are combining both the positive sensitive network and the negative sensitive network, this gives the positive edge triggered flip-flop, that is the D flip-flop. This is the combination of the master and slave, the level sensitive networks here. Now we can see the operation here. For when the clock signal changes from the 0 to 1, the output holds the D value. Output takes the D value as it is, but for the rest of the condition, output is holding its previous value. No any change, though the value of the D has been changed, no any change is there in the output Q. So we'll see the operation. How is this possible? So when the clock equals to 0, so what happens? This transmission gates is conducting, the switch is on, so your D value is applied to the inverter. So here at the QM bar, we are getting the inverted D. Again, this is inverted, but no any switch is operated here. This switch is open. This switch is again open. So at the Q value, it is getting whatever the previous value it holds or it was holding. Okay. So this is the condition when clock was 0. So now let us consider the clock equals to 1. What happened here? This switch becomes open. So no any connection of the D with respect to Q is here. Now this is open. So whatever the previous value D we were getting here, that is inverted. This inverted again we are getting here. So inverted, inverted, just the value of the Q as it is we are getting here. Now next on the rest means we are getting only when at the instant when the clock signal becomes 1. After that no any relation or the no any connection between D and Q is there, means for the rest of the condition Q is just holding whatever the previous value of D as it is without, means where as though there are changes in the D, no change in the Q is there. Only the change of the Q value is there when the clock signal is 1 at that instant only. Means when the age is from 0 to 1, at that age of the clock signal only your value of the Q has been changed as the D, but for the rest of the things it has maintained whatever the previous value of the Q as it is, irrespective of changes of the D value. Means here this circuit is sensitive only to the age of, that is the positive age of the clock signal only. Let us conclude the things. We have seen the different types of the D flip-flop: positive level sensitive, negative level sensitive. In positive level sensitive, we have seen during the positive clock cycle, positive level of the clock cycle, the Q is equals to D, and in the rest of the things, the Q is holding its previous value. For the negative level sensitive, the circuit or the D flip-flop is sensitive to only the negative level of the clock signal. Means in the negative level of the clock, it acts as a buffer. In the rest of the thing, Q is holding its previous value. And for the positive edge trigger flip-flop, it is a combination of both the circuitry. So it gives only change in the output. Q is following the input, or the Q is following the D, or acting as a buffer only when there is edge, that is the positive edge, means clock changes from the 0 to 1. For the rest of the condition, it is maintaining the Q is holding its previous value. Thank you very much.